Namo Namah. Tips to teach yourself Sanskritam. Also spoken Sanskrit. Sambhashana Sanskritam Cha. Part 2. Your co-student S.L. Abhyankar. Having discussed Avyayani in part 1, we now proceed to study Subantaha. Subantaha, Sup Antaha, are words which have Antaha ending, that is suffix Pratyayaha, from a set of suffixes, the set having the grammatical name Sup. Every Pratyayaha of this Sup set is called a Sup Pratyayaha. Sup Pratyayaha lend formatting related to gender, lingam, case, vibhakti, number, vachanam. The formatting makes a formatted Subanta word. The words Avyayani, Subantaha, Tigantaha, Kridantaha are themselves Subantaha. Note, root word of a set of Subantaha is called as Pratipadikam. The Pratipadikani of the words Avyayani, Subantaha, Tigantaha, Kridantaha are Avyaya, Subanta, Tiganta, Kridanta. The word Avyayani is a Subantaha with formatting of first case, Prathama Vibhakti, plural, Bahuvachanam, of the root word Avyaya, which is basically an adjective, but here with neuter gender, Napusakalingam. The words Subantaha, Tigantaha, Kridantaha are first case, Prathama Vibhakti, plural, Bahuvachanam, of the root words Subanta, Tiganta, Kridanta, respectively, which also are basically adjectives, but here of masculine gender, Pullingam. When I wrote, a Sanskrit phrase or sentence has words of four types: Avyayani, Subantaha, Tigantaha, Kridantaha. I did not detail the grammar of these words. Yet I hope the import of what I was trying to say was well understood. That is just a passing illustration of the use of ready formatted words. The case vibhakti of a Subantaha can be of any one of seven, denoted as first, Prathama, second, Dvitiya, third, Tritiya, fourth, Chaturthi, fifth, Panchami, sixth, Shashti, and seventh, Saptami. There is also the address case called as Sambodhana Prathama or Sambodhana Vibhakti. Note, Subantaha of a particular Vibhakti plays a specified role in a sentence or in a phrase, which is similar to the role of prepositions in English. Subantaha of Prathama Vibhakti is for Kartrupadam, subject word, or subject-related words. In Sanskrit, adjectives, Visheshanani, of nouns, Namani, or Visheshyani, must have identical formatting. That is the reason for saying the subject-related words. There is a shloka for this grammatical rule also. Yallingam yadvachanam yacha vibhaktir visheshyasya tallingam tadvachanam sacha vibhaktir visheshanasyapi. Napusakalim prathama ekvachanam Subantaha of adjectives are used adverbially also. For example, Saha Uttamam Pathati. He reads or recites nicely. Note, Uttamam is Napusakalingam Prathama Ekvachanam of Uttama. Subantaha of Dvitiya Vibhakti is for Karmapadam, object word or object related words. Subantaha of Tritiya Vibhakti is Karana Karaka. These words are translatable by preposition by, with. Subantah Tritiya Vibhakti would have adverbial usage also. For example, Ashvaha Vegena Dhavati. A horse runs speedily. Literally, Vegena means with speed. Note, speedily or with speed is adverbial. For another example, Tena is Pullingam or Napusakalingam Tritiya Ekvachanam of Sarvanama Tat. The Napusakalingam Tritiya Ekvachanam, Tena, translates as by that. In turn, it also has the adverbial sense, hence, by that, hence. This example underscores an important tip that translation of Sanskrit texts should not be verbatim. One should be always mindful of what the role is of the word in the sentence. Subantaha of Chaturthi Vibhakti is Sampradana Karaka. These words are translatable by the preposition for. If the verb in a sentence has two objects, one personal, another material, the personal object is formatted with Chaturthi Vibhakti. There are also some special instances such as obeisance, namaha. The noun to whom obeisance is offered is formatted with Chaturthi Vibhakti. For example, Shivaya Namaha, Vishnave Namaha. Note, Shivaya and Vishnave are Chaturthi Vibhakti, singular, Ekvachanam, of Shiva and Vishnu. Note, Sampradanam means offering. What you offered, offered. You should have no concern about what happens further from your offering. Offering with no further concern is a real offering, Sampradanam. Subantaha of Chaturthi Vibhakti would have adverbial usage also, as adverbs of reason or purpose, which is inherent to the preposition for. Subantaha of Panchami Vibhakti is Apadana Karaka. These words are translatable by the preposition from. These words are also useful to explain the comparative degree of adjectives. Subantaha Panchami Vibhakti would have adverbial usage also. For example, Tasmat is Pullingam Napusakalingam, Pullingam va Napusakalingam, Panchami Vibhakti Ekvachanam of Sarvanama Tat. Tasmat literally means from that and is translatable as hence, from that, hence, which is adverbial. Subantaha of Shashti Vibhakti. These words are translatable by preposition of. Obviously, Subantaha of Shashti Vibhakti can be related only with nouns, pronouns, adjectives. Subantaha of Shashti Vibhakti cannot have adverbial usage. Subantaha of Saptami Vibhakti is Adhikarana Karaka. These words are translatable by prepositions in, at, on, upon. Subantaha of Saptami Vibhakti would have eminently adverbial usage, adverbs of place or time. Subantaha of Sambodhana Prathama Vibhakti is of address case. We discussed Avyayani in part 1. Avyayani do not suffer any change. Adverbial words or phrases in a sentence also do not change, even when other words in a sentence may change. For example, the plural of he reads nicely, saha uttamam pathati, is they read nicely, te uttamam pathanti. The adverb nicely, uttamam, does not change. So in this study of Subantaha, study of Avyayani continues. My own compilation of Subantaha will be for following Pratipadikani. Sarvanamani, pronouns. Trishulungeshu, in all the three genders. Asmad, Yushmad, Kim, Bhavat, Yat, तत् एतद् अदस् इदं पर अन्यत् संख्यावाचकानि न्यूमरल एडजेक्टिव्स त्रिषु लिंगेषु एक द्वि त्रि चतुर् पंचन् षट् सप्तन् अष्टन् नवन् दशन्. One may continue to shatam sahasram. Ajantani, vowel ending. Deva, Vana, Mala, Kavi, Mati, Vari, Nadi, Bhanu, Madhu, Dhenu, Chamu, Pitru, Matru, Kartru. Kartru, Visheshanam. So, Trishu Lingeshu. Nru, Rai, Go, Now. Halantani, consonant ending. Vach, Raj, Marut, Jagat, Bhagavat. Bhagavat, Trishulingeshu Visheshanam. Bhagavati, Strilingam. Bhagavan, Pullingam. Buddhimat, again Visheshanam, Trishulingeshu. Atman, Karman, Up, Vidvas, again Trishulingeshu Visheshanam. Vidwan, Pullingam. Vidushi, Strilingam. Chandramas, Manas, Upana. Note, if a pratipadikam is a pronoun, sarvanama, or adjective, Visheshanam, there can be as many as 63 subantaha of each pratipadikam. In 3 genders, Trishulingeshu. In 7 cases, Saptasu Vibhaktishu. In 3 numbers, Trishu Vachaneshu. So 3 multiplied by 7 multiplied by 3, 63. The exceptions are the pronouns Asmad and Yushmat. They have only 21 Subantaha each because the Subantaha are Trishulingeshu Samanaha, identical in all 3 genders. Note, because Supratyayaha are suffixes, formatting of Subantaha involves basically combining the end varnaha of Pratipadikam and the Supratyaya. That is why in the above grouping at 7 and 8, Pratipadikani are grouped as Ajantani, vowel ending, and Halantani, consonant ending. Alphabetical listing usually considers Adivarna. But to understand Subantaha, one needs to consider Antyavarna. So, Halantani, Ajantani, like that. As such, most of Sarvanamani pronouns are Halantani, consonant ending. Among Sankhyavachakani, numeral adjectives Eka, Dvi, Tri are Ajantani, vowel ending. The rest, Chatur, Panchan, Shash, Saptan, Ashtan, Navan, Dashan are Halantani, consonant ending. One's compilation of Subantaha should be of such Pratipadikani which bring forth patterns. Once the patterns are understood, one can practice formatting Subantaha by oneself. Studying and memorizing Subantaha is enjoyable because they can be recited quite rhythmically. See, for example, the Subantaha of Asmat. Listening to these sounds as if one is listening to some Veda Patha. Listening to these sounds may appeal to be as if one is listening to some Veda Patha. Let me recite. Aham avam vayam mam ma vam nau asmannaha maya avabhyam asmabhi mayam me avabhyam nau asmabhyam naha mat avabhyam asmat mama me avayoho nau asmakam naha maya avayoho asmasu. Recitation should be an activity combining saying, listening to one's own utterance and also visualizing. Visualizing is keeping an eye for patterns. Some people say aham avam vayam prathama, but if one is visualizing what one is saying, just aham avam vayam is not only enough but makes the recitation rhythmic. Note, Subantaha Triti, Dvitiya, Chaturthi, Shashti of this Pratipadikam, Asmat have two optional forms all across Ekvachanam, Dvivachanam, Bahuvachanam. Yet the rhythm does not get affected. Recitation combining saying, listening, and visualizing is combining three energies together. Certainly, the effect is that much energetic. More the merrier is the idiom, right? Also, the mind should be alert to the meanings. For example, there is the optional form may in Dvitiya, Chaturthi, Shashti. Now, there is this quote, Arjuna uvacha senayor madhye ratham sthapaya mechyuta. Syntactically, this means Arjuna uvacha achyuta me ratham ubhayoho senayoho madhye sthapaya. In English, Arjuna has said, Hey Achyuta, please take my chariot to the middle of the two armies. Now, since May is also Chaturthi, this can be translated also as Arjuna said, Hey Arjuna, please take the chariot to the middle of the two armies for me. May for me. And earlier, May Ratham, my chariot. Does it not become more gentle and modest of Arjuna to say for me instead of my chariot? Especially when the charioteer is none other than Sri Krishna Bhagavan, whom Arjuna is addressing as Achyuta, one who does not get, cannot be displaced. An important message of Gita is that one should develop detachment. Saying my chariot by May as Shashti Ekvachanam of Asmat smacks of attachment. May as Chaturthi Ekvachanam of Asmat means for me. That becomes a better interpretation, right? You may appreciate why I ventured in my blog Gitanveshanam, where my interest is for learning Sanskrit and Gita together. I said so at the end of part 1. Also, I say it again. Well, let me take another pause here. Shubhamastu.